Hello everyone, good evening, thank you so much for tuning in to our latest Sunday night live stream. Let me just put the chair up now, still not got a new chair. Thank you so much everybody for being here on our Sunday night live stream. So we're going to be here for an hour. We're going to be doing like a regular Sunday live stream. So we're going to be looking at the 12s there. We'll have a look at the short range models. We'll have a look at some long range as well. And you know, we will go through the live chat, and I'll shout out to you as I can. I'll be taking some questions along the way as well. It's a regular live stream, but it is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit subdued. There won't be Gigal this week due to, as you say in the title, you know, the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. So it's a strange time, isn't it? It's a very strange, very sad time, I think, for everybody, or for most people. And yeah, so I don't want to be disrespectful. I still want to carry on doing a live stream, but I didn't want to be disrespectful to Her Majesty and the royal family by, you know, doing the performance and cracking jokes and that. So we are going to be doing this a little bit differently this week. I hope that's okay with everybody. Now I can see that super chat, Mansfield Wire Weather. Thank you so much to Mansfield Wire Weather before the stream began. While I was setting things up, show us some long range, mostly winter stuff in this, please. Sure, everyone wouldn't mind seeing winter stuff. We are going to have a look at some long range, Mansfield. Don't worry. Are you new channel? Is Mansfield channel member? Are you new channel member, Mansfield? I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen your name before. I think you're no, you've been a channel member for a while. You must be changed your name, I would think. So, yeah, don't worry, Mansfield. We are going to be having a look at some long range later on in the live stream. Of course we will. So if everybody say, first thing we'll do is say, but if everybody can say thank you so much to our moderators. So we've got Paul and also Kevin here moderating on the live stream. So if everybody can say hello and thank you so much for moderating to Paul and to Kev, that would be absolutely lovely. Thank you so much to Paul and Kevin for moderating on the live stream. I'm a little bit out of breath. It was a proper, rush setting this up. I was a little bit late getting it all set up. What actually happened is that I was having a chat with lovely Ariane at YouTube Creator Support. And because what I'm going to say is that if anybody wants to give a tribute to Her Majesty, in the last 5 minutes of the live stream, you can post heart emojis, and I will tell you when to do that. It'll be at the end of the live stream. Don't have to, but if anybody wants to, like, do that, you know, to pay tribute to Her Majesty the Queen, then heart emojis in the last 5 minutes. And I did think that I might do, have We'll Meet Again, you know, play We'll Meet Again, Vera Lynn's classic from 1943 at the end of the live stream. But I'm always unsure about how much trouble I'll get into. I know that the stream will get demonetized, which you share the revenue. You don't actually get demonetized, but they share the revenue with the creator. And I don't mind that. But I'm a little bit unsure, you know, how much further the steps could go. I don't want to lose my live streaming credentials and that. The upshot, so I contacted YouTube Creator Support and had a chat with lovely Ariane. She's a very, very nice person, but the upshot was she wasn't sure and couldn't really say. Another department, you know, deals with that. So I'm not going to do that. You know, I thought it'd be, because that song means so much. It means so much, doesn't it, to that generation that went through the war. It's a very, very special song for that generation, and it would have been a lovely way, I think, to end life. But I just don't want to get myself into trouble, you know. So I won't do that. But you can post heart emojis to Her Majesty at the end of the live stream, the last couple of minutes of live stream, if you would like to do that. I'm so sorry, everybody. So yeah, I'm going to go through the live chat now. I'll take as many questions as I can as we go along, and then we will start doing some screen capturing for you. As I won't be doing the acts, this live stream may end a little bit earlier than normal. I won't be wasting as much time being very silly and giddy on that. So we'll see, though. We'll see how we get on. Right, thank you so much everybody for being here. We're holding around 17 copies, so if you can like the stream, that would be absolutely lovely if you can all do that. Austin Edwards, R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth II. Yeah, so all of us. It's been such a strange, sad time, hasn't it? Really, really sad. And of course, for me, it kind of brings it all back in a way. Well, it never really goes away. Grief and loss, it never goes away. But it's been a very sad time for me after what happened earlier on in the year and that. So, oh yeah. Right, so the first person in with us, thank you so much, Austin. The first person in with us is Matthew Orchard. Good evening, Gav. Good evening to you, my friend. Thank you so much, Matthew, for being here. Singh Shanjan is here. Hello to you, my friend. Shiram is here. Luke R is here. Hello to both Shiram and also to Luca. Thank you so much for being on the live stream. Mansfield, mild weather is here as well. Good evening to you, Mansfield. Thank you so much. We will be looking at some long range later on. Thank you so much again for that lovely super chat. I'm sorry I can't do the, the thing I would normally do when somebody super chats, but we gotta be respectful. I think this week we gotta be respectful of the scenario that we're in. We have a channel member chat from Robert Smith. Thank you so much, Robert, for the channel member chat. Hi, Gav. Going to see a winter updates back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my friend. That's incredibly kind of you. The winter updates have returned. The winter updates are back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Robert, for that. We're back. Gav's back with the long range. I said last week, so it was the last thing to do, the last thing to get back, and I'm so pleased. But we're back, doing the long range again. Thank you so much, my friend. Okay, Steffi is here. How to you, Steph? Thank you so much to Steffi Adcock for being here. Right, okay. Okay, let's have a look. Singh is asking, today's fog was dense and cold. Or saying it's dense and cold. It was. Well, I don't think we had any fog here, but it's that time of year, a morning fog is increasing, isn't it? Right, okay, Mark Knish, in Gavin, if you have high pressure over Greenland, hello to you, my friend, you have high pressure over Greenland and low pressure over Scandinavia in winter, can that bring us cold weather? Yeah, that will kind of pull in a northerly if you've got high heights over Greenland and a big trough over Scandinavia. That will pull in cold northerly winds, or it can do. Right, Paul checked in. Hello to you, my friend. Thank you so much to Paul James for moderating on the live stream. See, Gav can be sensible, though, can't he? This is me doing a sensible live stream. Doesn't happen that often. Duncan Wood is here. Thank you so much to Duncan for being on the live stream as well. Shiram, hello, come in. What does a very warm SST anomaly near Eastern Seaboard mean for winter? We're going to find out. That's going to be one of the interesting questions that we've got to answer, Shiram. At the moment, I don't know, but we'll go through the, we'll go through the data maybe next week and see which years have such a warm, or if there are any years that have such a warm sea surface temperature near the eastern seaboard around Newfoundland. It will be interesting to see. We'll probably do that next week, I think. But at the moment, I don't know is the honest answer, Cher, but we will find out. I better, while we're on the subject of the winter update, I don't know, I hope you all enjoyed it, I thought it was very good, I thought it was very interesting, but, and I should probably keep quiet about it, because nobody's mentioned it within the comments, actually, on the video. I was having a look at those earlier on, nobody's mentioned this, but there is a very significant error, actually, within the last set of analogues. Myself and Shryan were chatting about it earlier, and I said, well, maybe I should just keep quiet about it. But, Gav is always transparent and honest and that. So, I decided that I better tell you. So in the final, all January's combined, all February's combined, and all winter combined, the final 3 analogues, instead of 2019, 2019, the year is actually 2010, 2010. So just one number out, instead of a 9, it's a 0, but it's a significant difference, that, because of course January, February, and overall winter 2010 was very blocked, and was a proper cold winter. So that probably makes quite a difference to the analog, to the all Januaries, all Februaries, and all winters combined. So I thought I'd better say that and tell you all about that. And so next week, in the third update, I will show you the correct analogues, of course, for those all January, all February, all winter combined. I'm still a little bit rusty. I think I'm still a little bit rusty, to be honest. And by the time I was doing that as well, I was starting to get very, very tired. So, that 40 minutes recording, I got very tired doing that by the end of it. So I'm going to pace myself, and I'm not going to over push it and whatnot. But I'll get into the swing of it. But it's such a long time since I did the analogues, since I created them. But I'm a little bit rusty with it. We're at 82 concurrent viewers. Hello, good evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here on this Sunday night live stream. We are discussing the second Winter 2022-2023 update, and we're paying our respects to Her Majesty the Queen as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Right, okay. Mark saying, also Gally, very sad about the Queen. She certainly stuck to her duty and never gave up. My granddad told me years ago during coronation in 1953, it rained all day long. Yeah, it's a cold, wet coronation day in 1953. Thank you so much, Mark, for being here. Mrs. P remembered the coronation day because it was one of her earliest memories. I think she's probably about 5 or 6. On coronation day, and they did like a fancy dress competition in Northampton, and she won first prize, and she won a cut glass dish, and she was running home with it, she remembers, to show her mum and dad that she won this crystal cut glass dish, and she fell and broke the dish, and she ran all the way home crying. But I said, well, you're lucky that you didn't cut yourself on the glass and that, really. It could have been quite nasty, that, couldn't it? But yeah, Mrs. P remembered coronation day. Duncan was saying, winter updates looking interesting. They certainly are, Duncan. Thank you so much for being here. Mark, Gavin, I'm keeping my fingers tightly crossed for those possible northerly winds. That's what we need to bring the CT down for September. We get some northerly winds going, it certainly will start to pull down the overall temperature, won't it? Daniel saying, in Gavin, very interesting winter update so far, RIP Queen Elizabeth II. Indeed, thank you so much, Daniel, for being here. Sharon, very sad about Queen's passing. I wish the royal family all the best for the future. So say all of us. Thank you so much, Sharon. Paul, Queen looked so frail on Tuesday. She really did, didn't she? Paul, but I think it's still a shock though, wasn't it, that it happened so suddenly. I don't think anybody was expecting that she would go from meeting the new Prime Minister, like on the Tuesday, to to dying on Thursday. It was such a quick final end, wasn't it? But then again, it often is like that. I know she'd been ill for a while, and it often is like that. I'm sure everybody remembers, Mrs. P went at the end, it was very quick. Her final decline, it was within about 3-4 days at the end, and it very often does work like that, that somebody can be unwell and poorly for quite a long while, but the very end, can happen very suddenly. So it often does work like that. Katrine is here. Hello to Katrine Baso. Thank you so much, Katrine, for being here. Mark saying, also Gavin, when you see old footage of the Beatles in the 1960s, you can see it was a cold decade, but they always seem to be in thick coats. Certainly the winters were very cold and the summers weren't up to much either. Steffi, only just back from bell ringing for the Queen as per Operation London Bridge, so I haven't seen any weather models yet. We're gonna have, thank you so much for doing that, Steffi, and for your service. We are going to have a look at some models, some 12Z data a little bit later on in the live stream. James 098 is here. Good evening, everyone. Raining heavily here. It's turned dry here again, James. I think it's going to stay dry as well over the next week or so. I hope I'm not letting any cats out of the bag there. Mark, Gavin, if the AO and LAO go positive in October, can it still go negative again at a later date? Sure, yeah, there's absolutely no reason why not, Mark. Shiram, hello, Gavin. I think Swingo will edge Cole for next week. You'll find out. I'm not going to prejudge anything. You'll find out at the beginning of next week's third Winter 2022-2023 update when the swingometer will return for the first time this season. Down to Davis here. In Gav, we have very warm waters in the North Atlantic. Could this make the warm air from any hurricanes move further north, creating high pressure over the pole? That's the theory, Dave. I don't know about sea surface temperature anomalies, but the theory is that the hurricane tropical storms are transporting heat from the tropics to the pole. You get lots of heat being dumped in the pole via these storms and hurricanes, then that can create northern blocking further down the line. Monty is here. Hello to Monty Pyre. Thank you so much. Monty being here. Katrine is saying it was a big shock when they announced the late Queen's death. It really was Katrine, wasn't it? We knew she'd been unwell for a long while, but when it came, just 2 days after meeting the new Prime Minister, I think it was very, people were shocked about it. I know I certainly was. Mark saying, Gavin, are there any winters that can deliver us cold weather in winter with a strong PV? I know it's unusual. I don't think so, Mark. But PV is very strong, and I don't think a cold winter would be possible normally. Never say never. Anything can happen. Anything's possible, but I don't think you would get a cold winter, with a strong polar vortex. Right, where am I in the live chat? Hello, good evening, thank you so much everybody for being here. We're 80 concurrent viewers. If you can like the stream, that would be absolutely lovely if you can do that. We're discussing the second winter update, and we're paying our respects to Queen Elizabeth II, who passed away on the 8th of September last Thursday. We will be having a look at some 12Z and also doing some long range a little bit later on in the live stream. Thank you so much everybody for being here. Shiram saying, hello Gavin, are you going to do a sea surface temperature special analogues video for the winter update, Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Oceans? I'll see, Shiram. I'll see. Well, I don't know what's possible, with that. So me and Shrine and Paul and Rich, we'll have a chat. And we'll see what is possible there. Right, okay. James and I, I've shouted out James already. I think I have a feeling snow will be a rare event this coming winter. You think there'll be another Maya winter then, James? It could be. I wouldn't be overly surprised. Chris Stewart is here. Hello to you, my friend. Hello to Chris Stewart. Thank you so much, Chris, for being on live stream. Austin Edwards is here. Hello to you. And Kevin checked in as well. Thank you so much to Paul and to Kevin for moderating the live stream. Thank you so much to both of you for doing that. Right, okay, Michael Johnson is here. How to you, Michael? Thank you so much, Michael Johnson, for being here. Dylan is here as well. Dylan Holbrook. Evening, everyone. I hope you had a make stream as I've just finished doing lots of work on the new Shan decking area. Hope you are all doing well. Thank you so much, Dylan. I'm fine. It's a sad time, but I'm fine. Thank you so much, Dylan, and well done on the work that you've been doing today. I've been listening to a Paul McCartney Wing song called Mammonia, I think. It's from the band on their own album, Love the Lyrics. I'll have to check that out, my friend. Christian Hayden is here. Hello to you, Christian. Kirk Fawn is here as well. Hello, Kirk. Woodgie is here. Looking forward to the live chat, Gav. Thank you in advance. It's been a very sad few days. It really has. You know, it's been very, very sad. And particularly, of course, it's very sad, but Her Majesty has passed away after so many years of service and duty. You know, and she was such a special person. But if you've had loss as well, then it kind of brings your loss back into the focus in a very strange way. So I've been really sad over the past few days, and I'm pleased that I'm here doing this live stream with you tonight. I'm pleased that I'm here doing this live stream with you tonight. Right, okay, I've got to go back to where I was. I pulled down to the bottom of the live chat temporarily. So let's see where I got to. Christian Hayden, Woodgie, wasn't it? Okay, thank you, Woodgie, for being here. Right, let's have a look then. The Coast of Scorpion is here. Good afternoon, Gavin, everyone in the chat. Hope everyone is enjoying the ride so far. It's a cool Sunday as of now. The breeze is feeling amazing. Thank you so much to the Coast of Scorpion for being here. Pingdos is here. Hi, Gav. Greetings from Greece. Some weather predictions say about a mild winter. I don't know, Pingdos, but if you get a mild winter in Greece, we might get cold in the northwest of Europe. It's possible. I don't know is the honest answer, Pingdos, what is in store for Greece yet. And we'll find out. Anthony is here. Anthony Alios, I think that is. I hope for snow in northern Texas. Wow, do you get much snow in northern Texas? I wonder. I remember a couple of years ago, like they had a really big freeze up, didn't they? And was it Dallas that ran out of power? It was completely frozen snow covered, and they ran out of power, I think. So I don't think they get much snow there, but maybe in northern Texas they do. Anne Smith is here. Hello to you, Anne. Daniel Bradley is here as well. Hello to both of you. The Hobster is here. Hope we get a snowy winter this year, Gav. We shall be having a look at some long-range data shortly, Hobster. Sean Mullen is here. Hello to you. Hello to you, my friend. Right, okay, let's come down the live chat a little bit. Jake Haverson is here. Hello to you, Jake. Thank you so much, Jake Haverson, for being on the live stream. Chris Stewart, summer 1995 was drier than 1976 because late August 95 had the heat fizzing out, but September that followed was very wet. Yeah, so 95 is the driest overall summer, drier than 1976, but of course the drought was much more severe in 76 because it started back at the end of 1974, actually. The drought started at the end of 74, went through most of 75 with one or two exceptions. September 75 was wet, but generally that was a very dry year, very dry, hot summer in 1975. And then summer 1976 was also exceptionally dry. So summer 76 was kind of like the culmination, if you like. Whereas in 95, we actually had a very wet winter, preceding that summer. 94, 95 was very wet in winter, so the effects of the drought weren't that severe. That said, some places were hit very badly. I think like northeastern England was very badly hit with the drought in the summer of 1995. They both have wet Septembers, interestingly. September 76 and also September 95 are both wet. Thank you so much to Chris Stewart for being on the live stream. Adam is here. Alan Blunson, hello to you, my friend. Hello to you, my friend. James, it's been a very sad day, especially today, seeing Green's Coffee travel down Scotland. Very, very sad times, isn't it? Leon is here. Hello to you, Leon. Thank you so much. Jack Straw is here. Highland, God save the King. Benjamin is here. Benjamin Dover. We'll have a laugh next week, Benjamin, okay? We'll have a laugh next week. Thank you so much to Ben for being here. Right, okay. Sharon, hello again. Are you going to show Polar Vortex charts and predictions in the winter updates? Yes, we will. We will have a look at those in a winter update very shortly, Sheeran. Ben is saying, Benjamin is saying, God save the king. Yes, indeed. Right, okay. Jake Haverson, also Gav, 2022 has been a difficult year with loss of Queen and your mum. It's also been difficult, especially it's also been difficult, especially that it's been a very warm year too, and whatnot. It's been a very difficult year for everybody. Everybody seems to have had a bad year this year. I don't really know anybody that's had a good year, actually. So, you know, it's been a very strange year. 2022 has been a very strange year. It's been a very bad year for everyone, as far as I can see. You know, I'm sure some people have had a good year, but certainly I've had a rotten year, and a lot of people have as well. I think. Thank you so much for being here, Jake, and for your comment. Right, okay, let's make a little bit more progress down the live chat. Mark saying, agree, Paul, it's very sad if anyone dies, if someone isn't a supporter of them, it's still a sad time, and we have to think it's sad if any of us lose someone close to us, it's the same. Very, very well said. Yeah, definitely very well said, my friend. Right, okay. Paul said, it does not matter if you're a fan of one family. The Queen was an amazing lady, supported this country every day. Yeah, everybody's got their own views, their own opinions, but, you know, I think even those that don't support the monarchy and would like to have a presidential system, you know, I think most people have been very, very kind and respectful, actually. About this, and understand that whilst they may not support the overall, you know, monarchy and the idea of a monarchy, they still appreciate the duty and service that the Queen did, I think. Right, okay. Okay, Sharon saying, if you make any mistakes, back to winter updates, it's fine to update information in the following update. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just a little bit rusty, I think, getting these analogues together. You know, fortunately, I don't have as many to do this year, because we're only looking at years after 1950. But I'm still a little bit rusty, so I'll get there, you know, I'll get there, but I've just got to get my act together, you know, a little bit. Matthew Richards is here. How to you, Matthew? A bit late, pot to the sharks. No problem at all, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Super Mom is here, and item designer. Gav, will this winter be really that hot compared to recent winters? I don't know, Tim. And that's what we're going to try and work out with our winter updates and ultimately with the winter forecast. I'm so sorry, everybody. Jack Reeves is here. How to you, Jack Reeves? Hello, Jack. Thank you for checking in. Duncan thinks there's going to be a big drop in the central England temperature. There might be, but we can get into the north. You know, if the wind can get into the north, then there might be a pretty significant drop in temperature. Jack Shaw saying, passing of Queen Elizabeth II has affected me more than I expected, to be honest. I think a lot of people are feeling it. Jack, she's been with us for so very long, hasn't she? Done such an incredible job for all the time that she's been with us. But I think a lot of people have been affected and moved and saddened, you know, a lot more than they thought they would be. Whenever you would think of a possibility of the passing of the Queen, of course, at her age, it was always going to be an inevitability quite soon. But I think a lot of people have been taken by surprise, you know, how much it's affected them. We're getting quite close to 100 countries. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We will be having a look at some data very shortly. We're going to look at some trials out, and we will look at some long range as well. If you can like the video or the live stream, that will be absolutely lovely for you to do that. We are paying our respects to Queen Elizabeth II, who died on Thursday, the 8th of September. There are no ads, by the way, running on this live stream. I've turned off the advertisement, so I thought that would be, you know, another way of showing a little bit of respect. So hopefully you're not getting any ads on this live stream. You certainly shouldn't be. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Adrian is here. Adrian Major, even Gavin, everyone doing okay. Means incredibly sad times. I'm a huge admirer of the royal family and the late Queen. Was believe about how our nation together for so very long. She really was, wasn't she? Adrian, yeah, you know, she's very, very special lady, wasn't she? And it makes you wonder, doesn't it, what the future holds now but she's gone. Stealth Monkey's here. Hi, Gav, from ND, USA. ND, what state would that be? Nevada, maybe. I don't know. What state is ND? Let me know, Stealth. Transport Manchester is here. Hello, UTM. Hello, I was revising, but having a 15-minute break. How is everyone? We're all fine, you know, we're okay. But a little bit sad, I think, TM. Chris Clifford is here. Even Gav, not sure everybody wants a cold winter this year, due to the rising energy bills. Probably not. A lot of people want a mild winter, I think. You know, a lot of people want a mild winter this year, but you know, we get what we give her. We get what we give, and if the weather gods decide we gotta have a cold winter, then that's it. You know, that's gonna be it. Simon is here. Simon Galandro is here. Hello to you, my friend. Thank you so much to Simon for being on the live. It's very busy in the live chat. I wasn't sure, you know, we've been such a sad time, whether we would have all that much of a turnout, but it's massive live streaming. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Anne Smith is here too. Hello to you, Anne. Right, okay, I'm going to take a few more from the live chat, and then we'll have a look at some data very soon. Austin Edwards, we did have that cold winter in the analogues. Yeah, 83, 84, quite an unusual winter, that one. It wasn't that cold in the south, it has to be said. There was quite a lot of snow in the north, but in lowland southern England, didn't even then get all that much snow. Daniel Bradley, I was well shocked on Thursday evening, big time, and cannot believe we will not see another Queen in our lifetime. Yeah, it's going to be kings from now on, isn't it? Probably for the next century. Jack Reeves, her death hit me hard. I think a lot of people are feeling it, Jack. Denzel is here. Hello to you, Denzel. Thank you so much to Denzel for being on the live stream. Matthew Richard saying, given energy prices, we need winter to be neither cold or dry. We get what we're given, though, Matthew. We get what the weather gods decide they're going to serve up to us. Mark Kinnear saying, Gavin, can I just say thank you for deciding to do the live stream during the bad times of the pandemic? I'm sure many will agree with me that those live streams, that exposed live streams that got us through it. You would have got through it anyway. Everybody would have got through it anyway, whether I was live streaming or not. But thank you so much, Mark. I was determined at the time that I would offer some, you know, continuity and eventually entertainment through those live streams, and it was an interesting time. It's a strange time being in the lockdowns, but I think as a community, you know, the way that we all came together was quite special. I'm going to carry on, you know. That's one reason I want to do a live stream tonight, actually, because I know it's a very sad time. I know there will be people who want to have a chat about what's happened and that. So I wanted to do this tonight, partly to, you know, be a forum for people to be able to come together and speak about it. And of course, through like the energy crisis, we've got a grim winter coming up. So through the energy crisis, I'll carry on live streaming then as well. So I'm going to be here, you know, I'm going to be here, and GavsWeatherVids will be here. That's my promise to all of you for all of the support that you always give. Right, okay. Christian, the Queen was lucky to celebrate her Platinum Jubilee. Very sad she passed away 3 months after those celebrations. Somehow it felt like that was the end, didn't it? It felt kind of like the Jubilee was her way of saying goodbye to us all, I think. Especially when she came out on the balcony for the final time. She came out twice, didn't she? But at the very end of the celebration, she came out. And I had a feeling then, we just hit 100 current viewers, thank you so much everybody being here. I just had a feeling then, you know, that was her goodbye, really. And so it turned out, didn't it, really? Right, okay. Let's have a look. Jason Stebbins is here. How to you, Jason? Thank you so much for being here. Is Ben here? I think Ben might be here as well. Ben NT, hello to you, my friend. Thank you so much. I know the Queen always loved Christmas and Christmas magic. The Queen was a lover of weather and nature. I wonder if she ever watched GavsWeatherVids. I doubt it. But no, she was a very, you know, very much into like nature, wasn't she, and outdoors and that. And I'm sure she did take an interest in weather. You can imagine her, can't you, sort of watching Countryfile and watching the weather for the week ahead on Countryfile. I bet she did that. I bet she used to watch that, and of course Ben Anti's Roadshow, maybe a little bit of Strictly as well. Yeah, you can definitely imagine that, can't you, Ben? Thank you so much to Ben NT for being here. Juliet Gray is here. How to you, Juliet? Thank you so much to Juliet Gray for being on the live stream tonight. Shiran, is it possible, Gavin, to get on the show if we get a lot of Atlantic-driven weather from cold zonality? Certainly the north can do, but a little bit less so than down south, Shiran. I'm going to come down to the bottom of the live chat. Time is getting on. So hello to you, all of you at the bottom of the live chat. Leon, this decade hasn't been any good so far. Just seems to be worsening. It's been a grim old few years, hasn't it? Really, it's been a grim old few years, hasn't it? And I'm so sorry that you feel like that, Leon. I don't know how old you are, but I promise you that life will get better. You know, we go through good times and bad times, but I'm usually, you know, I've been down this year, personally, but I'm usually quite an optimistic person, and better times will come. And Her Majesty was an optimistic person as well, and she would say, you know, that better times are to come. Kieran Bushnell is here. Hello to you, Kieran. Thank you so much to Kieran Bushnell for being on the live stream. Saying I've also had a pretty rotten year, Gav, and you know, I'm taking the hospital after a collapse on the med now, but back in this week for some scans on my spine. Oh wow, Kieran, I'm so sorry to hear that you've been so unwell, my friend. I'll send you a message actually on Twitter later on tonight, and we'll have a chat, because I did not know that. So I'm so sorry to hear that. And I will message you later, Kieran. Right, okay, Denzel is here. Hello to you, to Denzel. Michael Hill is here. Hello to you, Michael. Thank you so much for being here. Stealth Mark, my condolences to the UK for the passing of the Queen. My thoughts are with you all during this time. Thank you so much. That is you know, that's a very nice comment. Ben N.T. saying, yes, we have a last after the funeral. Yeah, live streams, the fun live streams will be back. You know, this is just a one-off. Next week, I probably won't be live streaming next Sunday. We'll do the live stream discussing the third winter update, probably on the Tuesday. So I'll take Monday off, if that's okay, everybody. You know, the funeral day, 19th of September, I will not be uploading any videos to the channel on that day. And then on the Tuesday, the videos will be back to normal, and we'll do a live stream discussing the third winter update on the Tuesday evening. That's what I thought we'd do. And of course, on Sunday, there will be the third winter update as normal. Nick Gio is here. How to you, my friend? Thank you so much. Steve Gray, thanks so much for being here. Steve Gray, hi Gav, absolutely pouring it down. Let's do that again. Nick Gray, hi Gav, absolutely pouring it down here on the Wirral. Bring on the cold weather. It's turning dry here again. I think somebody was saying that the live streams are actually better without the advertisements. I can appreciate that, but you know, we are a commercial channel, so the ads will be back, you know, on the next live stream, because that's what's paying for the channel. You know, that's what's funding me being able to do this and be here. So, or partly that is funding that anyway. I'm so sorry again, everyone. So on the next stream, the advertisements were returned, but I thought for this one I would turn off the ads, you know, as a mark of respect to Her Majesty. Ben Pratt is saying, so glad you're feeling better and recovering well, Gav. Thank you for your weather updates. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm okay. I've been sad, you know, the last few days. It brought a lot back, what happened with Her Majesty, but I'm all right, you know. Gav's always alright. Chris Stewart is here. Live streams are better without the ads. So that's a question, that's a comment that I noticed a moment ago. Thank you so much, Chris. Andy, Sister Andy. The Queen was like nation's grandma. She was an absolute rock and served us magnificently and will be missed greatly. God save the King. So say all of us, Andy. Darth Vader is here. I'm so sorry, but I can't do my Darth to you, Darth. But thank you so much for being here. And if you check into the next live stream, which will be a week on Tuesday, then you know, I shall do my Darth Vader too. But tonight, after what's happened, you know, I'm toning things down a little bit. Channel member chat from Andy say, I want a cold and copiously snowy winter. We also need to remember it's 21 years since the terror attacks in America. Of course, yeah, September 11, 9/11 today. So thoughts very much with the people of New York and America as well. 21 years, my gosh, I remember that like it was yesterday. I can remember that so vividly. That afternoon where the planes went into the towers and then the buildings came down. You know, I remember that so incredibly vividly. Could have been yesterday. Mark saying, you know what, Gavin, I agree with you. I had a feeling that just by seeing how frail she'd gone, was so sad to see. The Queen used to watch the soaps too, I got told. Really, I did not know she was a soap watcher, but I know she visited the Coronation Street set quite a lot, didn't she? But yeah, you just got a feeling, didn't you, on when she came out on the balcony for that last time on the Jubilee, that it was going to be her final. You know, it was going to be it was a final goodbye to all of us, I think. Nick Geo, ending is North Dakota. Oh, right. Thank you so much. I wouldn't have got that. I wouldn't have got that, Nick. Thank you so much. Right, I think everybody's shouted out that I need to shout out. I've missed quite a few comments out, so I'm so sorry if people have asked questions and whatnot. I'm so sorry if people have asked questions and whatnot. But there we go. I've taken quite a lot, and we are going to do some screen sharing and catching for you very, very shortly. Steffi, I'm glad you chose Tuesday for the live stream. I'll be bell ringing again for Her Royal Highness's HRH funeral, and we generally go to 45 minutes non-stop on muffled bells. Thank you so much for your service, Steffi, for doing that for Her Majesty. And there will be bell ringers across the country, won't there, who are doing that. And thank you, you know, to all of them for that. Yeah, you know, I didn't want to do another Sunday live stream. This is a one-off where we're saying our farewells to Her Majesty and paying respects to her. I did not want to do another live stream next Sunday before her funeral. Obviously, I won't be live streaming on the day of her funeral. So the next opportunity to live stream will be, you know, will be on the day after the funeral, which is when we will discuss the third winter update. Kevin, gosh, I remember that day. That'd be 9/11. I bet I can remember it so well, Kevin. Paul saying we were in total shock 21 years ago. We really were. It was an awful day, wasn't it? I remember that so incredibly well. James 98, 21 years. Gosh, time goes. It certainly does, doesn't it? Ben, NT, yes, good plan, Gav. Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm pleased that you think my plan is a good one. Right, well, I think I'll use a screen capturing for you now. Alex videos for school. How does La Nina impact us? We will have a look at La Nina a little bit later on in the winter updates, my friend. Dave Bradley, Gav, this world can be so bad at times. I hope the better times ahead. It can be, and I believe that better times are coming. You know, I believe better times are coming. I've been very down this year. I've had a bad year. I've been very down this year, but by nature I'm an optimist. You know, I'm an optimistic person, and I know things are going to get better. They'll get better for me. They'll get better for you. They're going to get better for everybody. You know, that's the thing that the kids should know. You know, our children should know that that better times are going to come. You know, and things will get better. Right, okay, I think that's pretty much everybody shouted out. Vader's hoping for a cold winter again, but to be honest, I have no hopes after last year. Wasted potential. We shall see, we shall see. Right, okay, I think that's pretty much everybody shouted out. who I've got to do. It's been a lovely, lovely live stream so far. Thank you so much, everybody. We're hovering around 100 concurrent viewers. If you could like the live stream, that'd be absolutely fantastic. We've been discussing the second Winter 2022-2023 update and paying our respects to Her Majesty the Queen, who died on Thursday, the 8th of September 2022. Now we're going to start having a look at some data, though. Juliet saying, I hope this hasn't upset you too much, Gav, after time you've had. It has a little bit, Juliet. It has a little bit, because when you suffer bereavement, and anybody who's suffered, like, grief and loss will know this anyway, but it's always at the back of your mind. But when, like, somebody very important, pivotal dies, and like the nation goes into grieving, then it brings it out, a lot for you personally, in your grief and your bereavement, Matt. So I have been quite, upset about it, but there we go. That's life. Death and life, isn't it? It's life and death and life. They go with one another, don't they? And I heard, like, the quote from the Queen that, I think she said something like, I have not heard this, but it is true. I think she said something like, grief is the price we pay for love. And that is definitely true, I think. Grief is the price we pay for love. And as always, Her Majesty was very much on the ball with that, I think. Right, okay, so we're going to do some screen capturing for you now. It's been a lovely live stream so far, everybody. In the last 5 minutes of the stream, you'll be able to post heart emojis if you want to Her Majesty. I'm just going to turn off the webcam with this. We will turn off the image as well, and we'll start display capturing. So the webcam is going to be off with this. No giddy Gav being silly on the live streams, and it's just going to be Gav, sensible Gav, doing the live stream, doing some live streaming. iTunes Designer, is this live stream about winter weather? Partly. We're going to be able to look at the 12Z, so we're going to look at the 12Z, and then we'll have a look at some long range. But as I'm not done like a regular video update today, I want to do a 12Z, quick 12Z look at as well. So just to confirm that tropical cyclone activity is now gone in the tropical Atlantic. So all of the storms and hurricanes are gone for the time being. These are the GFS upper air temperature and also precipitation ensembles, and wouldn't you know, I have not got my highlighter up. So I knew there'd be something I'll forget. That's terrible, isn't it? That's not very good. So while the highlighter comes up, I'll just very quickly go back to YouTube. Oh, SB is here. Hello to Alpha SB. Thank you so much, SB, for being here. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for my highlighter to come up. So when that announced, it took a little while to launch as well, annoyingly. So I knew I was rushing at the start of a live stream to get everything set up, and I knew there'd be something that I would have forgotten. Juliet, thank you for hosting, Gav. It's no problem at all, Juliet. I wanted to do something that would, allow everybody to get together and have a chat about everything that has happened. Adam saying, well, my nan and granddad is dying. I feel upset. I'm so sorry to hear that. Adam, I'm so sorry about that, and my thoughts and best wishes to you and your family and to your granddad. Chris Crisler, just to let you know, I lost a very dear friend on Thursday, 8th of September at the age of 92, then found out the Queen died. Sad times for us at the moment, but we will get through it together. I'm so sorry for your loss, Chris. That's absolutely awful. I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry, everyone, for the cough. I'm so sorry, Chris, for your loss on Thursday. That must have been a really, really horrible day for you, mustn't it? Andy K is here. Hey up me ducks. Oh, blimey, that's an old saying, Andy. Hey up me duck. That reminds me of an old lady I knew, Mrs. Bart, back when I was a kid. Hey up me duck. Thank you so much for being here. Right, okay, the highlighters up, so we can have a look at the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles now. So the red line's a 30-year upper air temperature average for London. We're going quite warm over the next couple of days, though we might see a temperature up to around 25, 26 degrees tomorrow, but then upper air temperature dropping, becoming pretty cool as we go into the just beyond the middle of the month, into the second half of the month. And then into the last week of September, it looks like the temperature is recovering a little bit. Precipitation-wise, a bit of dry weather. We're going drier again. High pressure coming back into the ascendancy over the next week, 10 days. A little bit of rain showing up there around the 14th, 15th of September. But overall, that looks pretty dry for the next week. Maybe a little bit more precipitation as we go into the final week of the month. Temperature anomalies from the 11th to the 19th of September, just a little bit above average for England and Wales, near normal elsewhere. And look at this, precipitation anomalies from the 11th, 19th of September, they have gone drier once again. Right, let's go through some chart data then. This is how the UK Met Euro run is looking for midday on Wednesday, with a trough of low pressure over Scandinavia and a ridge out in the Atlantic. So pulling in a cooler northern wind, that's where the cooler snap comes from. That carries on into the second half of the week. That will start to lower the temperature quite significantly, I think, at the end of the week into the weekend. High pressure coming back in. That's a cool ridge, you see. So that will produce some quite cold overnight temperatures. In particular, GFS midnight run looks like that. Or midday run, I should say. Again, there's those northerly winds coming up at the end of the week that will quite significantly reduce the central in temperature and whatnot. Then the high pressure ridges in. That'll be quite a cool ridge until around day 10. And then the winds are back into the south and southeast, so that will start to warm things up as we head towards the last week of the month. Low pressure beginning to start pushing in as we go into the closing days of the month. That gets to the 27th of September. With low pressure in off the Atlantic, that will bring showers and some longer spells of rain. Icon, again, has a wind in from the north through the middle part of the week, and that carries on to the second half of the week as well, for the high pressure sort of comes back as we go into Monday 19th. That's, of course, the funeral day, the day of Her Majesty's funeral. That looks okay, doesn't it? I don't think there'll be any problems there with the weather, other than it might be a little bit on the cool side to start off with. And maybe some mist and fog, I suppose, to start as well. But all of that should clear through the day. The day itself looks mostly dry there, I think. GM, again, we got wind in from the north on Wednesday, so cooling things down after a warm start. Week winds will be into the north to the northeast as we go through the end of the week and into the weekend. Then back comes the high pressure. This is quite a cool ridge, but eventually it looks like it's starting to turn warmer, but also beginning to break ridge down a little bit by day 10, with some low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic Ocean. And then the ECMWF, again, we have a wind in from the north on Wednesday. That will start to cool things down. And then heading on into the end of the week, high pressure ridges in from off the Atlantic. So it will be quite a cool ridge, especially notably cool at night, before things then start going warmer. And maybe for the north a little bit more unsettled by day 10. Just have a quick look at the precipitation forecast based on the ECM run today. So, of course, we're starting off showery at the moment. There will be rain up to around Wednesday in the south, then a lot of dry weather as the high pressure takes over. A few showers in eastern coastal areas, and by day 10, some wet weather in the northwest. But we are going back to drier conditions once more. Have to go to the ECMWF website for the options on the table within the ECM ensemble today, and these are then for day 10, 21st of September. We have 6 emails of the ECM ensembles with high pressure just out to our west and some low pressure to our northeast. That will bring wind in from a northwesterly direction. And then we also have, I can't hardly make out what the number is with that actually. Oh, I don't know, it's a bit blurred, isn't it? But anyway, we have that option, which has high pressure over the top of the country. I do wish that the Icelandic Met Office would keep not being able to get these options up. We have 10 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure right in over top of the country. That's going to be mostly dry. We have 5, I think that is, that have high pressure again over the country. So a lot of these options looking high pressure dominated 10 days time, and then I think that is 3 down there again with high pressure just to our west and northwest. So plenty of high pressure, most of those options to day 10, and then 2 weeks time this is a little bit clearer. We have 24 members of the ECM ensembles. This is for the 26th of September with high pressure out in the Atlantic, trough low pressure digging into the north. That's going to be showery and also quite cool. We have 14 are very unsettled with low pressure to our west, low pressure breaking through from off the Atlantic Ocean. And then we have 13 that have low pressure to our east and northeast. High pressure is pulled out into the Atlantic, and that brings the wind in from the north. So most of the options are high pressure dominated at day 10, but a big change by day 14 to lower pressure. CFSV2, 500 millibar high tonight, breaking down to week periods. The first week period takes us from the 11th to 17th of September. The coming week has high pressure to our northwest, low pressure to our northeast, winds in from a cool northerly direction. We go through to week 2, which is going to be the 18th to the 24th of September, with high pressure back in control of the weather over top of the country. Week 3 is also the 25th of September to the 1st of October. High pressure just to our south then, and bring up some warmer air probably from the south and from the southwest. And then week 4 is the 2nd to the 8th of October, and it has high pressure just to our east, so that is mostly dry and quite warm. I'll just go back to YouTube very quickly, and then I'm going to show you some 12Z. So let's see who's in on YouTube. Jonathan, he said, Jonathan Stockley, hello to you. Jonathan, thank you so much, Jonathan Stockley, for being on our live stream. That's amazing, and that is incredible as well. Okay, you're all enjoying the live stream, I think. Thank you so much, everybody. We're 113 concurrent viewers with 64 thumbs up, so it earns 116 concurrent viewers. Now, if you could give the live stream a like, then that would be great. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Thank you so much, everyone. Right, okay, so let's just bring some long range, and then we will bring the live stream to an end. We're going to have a look at the CFSV2 firstly, then I'll have a look at Peitao Pengs analogues. So, September, 700 millibar high anomaly with high pressure around Greenland Iceland, low pressure just about south-southwest. Some winds are coming in from an easterly direction, so picking up on the northern blocking for September and the unsettled scenario too. October looks like that with some high pressure just to our south and some low pressure around Iceland. Winds coming up from the west or southwest direction. Something quite warm and dry in October. November looks like this, and it looks relatively dry and mild with high pressure just to our west-southwest. And we bring the wind in from off the Atlantic in a westerly fashion. December, look at this, quite interesting. We start to take high pressure into the Atlantic, bit of mid-Atlantic ridge, off low pressure in over Scandinavia, winds going in to a cooler or colder northwesterly type direction in December. That could be quite a chilly December. And then look at January, mid-Atlantic ridge extending back to northern blocking with a trough of low pressure in over Scandinavia, and that will pull the wind into a north or northeasterly direction. Could be quite cold and wintry maybe in January. What's the CFS picking up on here, I wonder? February goes milder, the high pressure goes south, low pressure to our west and also to our northeast. We bring the wind in from off the Atlantic, looking relatively mild in February. As far as the 3 monthlies are concerned, autumn looks like that. Relatively anti-cyclonic signal for the autumn. High pressure dominating the weather. October, November, December looks relatively dry and mild with high pressure just to our south-southwest. We bring the wind in from off the Atlantic a little bit like that. November, December, January, we start to set up a mid-Atlantic ridge with a trough of low pressure over Scandinavia. We can go a little bit cooler perhaps there. And then December, January, February, again mid-Atlantic ridge type idea with trough of low pressure over Scandinavia, and winds are in from potentially quite a cold northerly direction, and that's January, February, March, beginning to go milder then. There is a little bit of cold potential of a CFS through this winter, especially in January, I think. December, to some degree, but particularly so in January. That would be interesting if that came off, wouldn't it? And then finally, and then we will wrap up the live stream. We're nearly at the end now, everyone. Thank you so much for making this incredible live stream. We'll just have a look at Peitao Pengs analogues. So this is Peitao Pengs analogue for October, which looks 200 millibar high, which looks anti-cyclonic or dry weather in October, if that's right. November looks like that again, with high pressure over the country, so a pair of dry months. The dry spell goes on for October and also for November. That's December, looking quite interesting, with Peitao Pengs analogues, the high pressure beginning to go northwards, and low pressure over Spain. That probably gets the wind into the east. That could bring some cold potentially for December too. And then January looks quite strange, so we've got quite a bit of blocking within high latitudes. There's quite a bit of high pressure up towards Svalbard, and low pressure is over Spain. So it looks like a jet stream digging southwards. The Azores has pulled a long way away from us towards the eastern coast of America. That might produce something quite cold if that jet stream goes far enough, but it is a very strange anomaly. And then February looks like that. High pressure looks like it's in over Scandinavia, really, with low pressure in the Atlantic going down Spain, and probably bringing in the wind from an easterly direction in February. And then lastly, we go through to, that's April, so lastly we go through to March, and again we have high pressure sitting over to the east of the country, but probably a little bit more southerly as we get through into March. Quite interesting updates from the CFS from Peitao Pengs this week. Right, okay, we are back on YouTube. We're going to wrap up the live stream at that point. I think has there been a little bit of a problem? Has there been a little bit of a problem? Maybe there has been. Maybe there's been a little bit of a problem, but I think the moderators have dealt with it. Thank you so much to the moderators. Thank you so much to our moderators, to Paul and to Kevin for moderating on the live stream. Matthew Richards, I think Gav rates Peitao Pengs. I do actually, yeah, I do rate Peitao quite highly. Kevin, best to ignore the disrespectful types. So someone's being disrespectful. Okay, well, you know, that's up to them, isn't it? But it's been a lovely live stream. Thank you so much, everybody. You know, thank you so much, everybody, for making this incredible live stream. Thank you to our moderators for dealing with that. Thank you so much, Kev. Thank you so much, Paul. Right, okay, so at the end of the live stream now, it's been a lovely, lovely live stream. If anybody wants to, let me just turn off the display capture. Let's do that. So we want to do that, and we want to do that, and I want to do that as well. Hello. So, yeah, we're at the end of the live stream now. Thank you so much to the moderators moderating live stream. Thank you so much to all of you for being here on this very, very special live stream where we have been paying our respects to the late Queen Elizabeth II, who died on Thursday, the 8th of September. And if anybody wants to, you can now post heart emojis or whatever emoji you want to say goodbye to Her Majesty. You know, so if you want to post a heart, then you can do that. And thank you so much, everybody, for making this incredible live stream. I will cut off the webcam and that, and the image will go to black as a mark of respect for Her Majesty the Queen. But I will keep the live stream running for a couple of minutes, so anybody who wants to leave a tribute to Her Majesty can definitely do that. You know, Shiran, thanks, Gavin. Matthew Richards, nice live stream, Gav, and everyone. Monster, of course. Thank you so much. Juliet, thank you, Gav. Thank you so much, Juliet. Montse, thanks, Gav. And Marge. Okay, here come hearts. Right, I'm going to cut off the webcam now, and the screen will go to black, so you are going to be going into a black screen. But it's deliberate, you know, mark of respect to Her Majesty. And I will leave the live stream running for a couple of minutes before I stop it. And everybody who wants to post a heart for Her Majesty can do that. We will be live streaming on Tuesday, week on Tuesday, so that will be the 20th, so next live stream will be Tuesday the 20th of September, and yeah, so we'll be discussing the third winter update, then. Right, you have a great rest of your Sunday night, and that's it from me, though. I'm going to turn off the webcam and the mic and everything. And I shall see you all very soon.